beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's out.
The backfield a week ago, they got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from a strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
Yeah, and this was just really well done on 3rd down because he doesn't have a lot of time to analyze things. He's got to make a snap decision and go. And his decision there, right on. He rocketed in and made the play.
And his top speed, according to Next Gen Stats, and even 19 miles an hour. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 64 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Drill 52.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, They got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Second and 5 now. Mills. He'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Mills. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the turnover, it's Tua going up top. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. In motion, Hill. From midfield, here's Tua. Past the 20. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Damian Harris hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now,
oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tanner Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Keon Crossan there on the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send Beckham in motion right. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mills. And his throw here's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But now it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Cooks will come in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive...
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Sanders on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here we go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. In motion, Hill. On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now they send a running back in motion right.
Black Ultra.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process of offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Channing Tindall in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Beckham will go in motion right. 3rd and long for Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Ready.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Field black.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. And this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Ready, break.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Come on, set.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Field blue.
In motion right comes Jackson.
Watch it, stay. Ready.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Touchdown! Deshaun Jackson from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On second and very short, Mills. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's He's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, 65 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Play action, now it's Tua. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Red cycle.
On play action, here's Tua. Being chased out left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville, making a full 2-touchdown lead now for the Titans. And I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Beckham goes in motion left. Play action now. Mills. Flushed out right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. 66 yards. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Right. Real green. Smash, red.
Tua now on first down. And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Sanders now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Check you.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Dolphins are pouring it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the shotgun, it's Mills. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On play action, Mills. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go play action. Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Mills. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Brandon Cooks. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And now Lovie Smith sends the call out. They're going to go for 2 here. And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion. On 2nd down, Mostert. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Open man is Waddle, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, Mills. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A 1st down throw for Mills. He completes it to Beckham. Fighting through it, he's got space. Touchdown, Texans. Odell Beckham, 40 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Mills going to throw for it. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And that one cuts this to a 17-point spread. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Blue is striking. Yellow.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Black shot.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
On the way.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Tua going to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Shot 17. Ready.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 52 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one,
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Mills.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On third down, here's Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he's got this down to the 35.
119 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. They go again with Pierce. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Pierce gets this one running right.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On second down, here's Pierce.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce
With his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans get a bit closer.
He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Tua Tagovailoa.
A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
In motion left is Beckham.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
First down, Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. The 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, 48 yards. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Play action. Now it's Tua. A quick throw, but incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami. With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Tua now on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Right side caught by Jackson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Ready, set.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Tua sets up to pass it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here we go.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Tua to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Right.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Green.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll send Beckham in motion right.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit is going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
The quick slant caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Looking to throw is Mills.
And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flush to it. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up.